I was in my bunker when this all went down. I missed everything. So what did all this? Alien attack?
No, not aliens.
It was zombies, right? Fucking zombies.
No zombies.
Artificial intelligence. Some algorithm went all Skynet and whacked us out.
It wasn't Skynet.
Then what was it?
It was wokeness.
Welcome to the Dirty Question with D&D, where we clean up the controversy, one question at a time.
Hello and welcome back again to another episode of The Dirty Question with D&D. Let's jump right into today's question, which asks, is wokeness destroying America? We went back to those internet streets to find some answers.
I think what you see now with the rise of this woke ideology is an attempt to really delegitimize our history and to delegitimize our institutions. And I view the wokeness as a form of cultural Marxism. They really want to tear at the fabric of our society and our culture.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
The term stay woke has been around for over 100 years, and so the phrase is no stranger in African American circles. But white conservatives act as if they just stumbled upon the saying last week, and they've been treating it like a tack in their shoe ever since.
Wokeness is a virus more dangerous than any pandemic, hands down.
Infected with some of this wokeness. When woke infects something, it spreads its tentacles.
We are seeing a woke ideology spread like a disease.
The wokeness is very potent.
This woke mindset virus.
I never thought it would happen to me, but eventually, after a hard look in the mirror, I had to admit I had all the obvious signs. I supported abortion rights for pregnant persons, the right to teach real history in classrooms, even if it hurt white students' feelings. I believed in climate change. I thought it was real, and I wanted my congressman to vote for the Green New Deal. I was even down for replacing white characters in Disney movies with black actors. I was so far down the rabbit hole that it would take a miracle to pull me out. So, when my doctor told me I was suffering from wokeness syndrome, I went looking for that miracle, and I found it when my doctor prescribed no empathy. 2 pills a day of no empathy treats wokeness syndrome and dissolves all symptoms, such as caring about poor people and children, undocumented immigrants, gun violence, clean air and water, police brutality, book banning, gay and trans rights, and much, much more.
If you've been diagnosed with wokeness syndrome, then talk to your doctor and see if no empathy is right for you. Side effects include bad breath, blurred vision, hearing loss, irritable bowel syndrome, having others view you as less sexually attractive, low IQ, projectile vomiting, Dunning-Kruger syndrome, dry vagina, and erectile dysfunction. No empathy. Available at Walgreens, CVS, MyPillow stores, and Trump campaign rallies.
In a way, yes, wokeness does destroy America, in the way that wokeness in and of itself is being aware. And therefore, if you're aware of American atrocities, if you're aware of what our government does to us, if you are any type of woke, meaning aware, if you are conscious of the atrocities and the wrongdoings of this country, you will start to look around and want to change things. You will be angry with things. You will want to do something, and the people in power will then try to come down on you. And when they come down on you, they will make life worse, because it's like, how dare you try to change what we've got going on here? How dare you try to reverse course on the bullshit that we've got going? And therefore, that'll make things worse. That will destroy America, because they keep doing that. The higher ups are great at cutting their nose to spite their face, and they are spiting the face of America over and over again by trying to go after wokeness.
Wokeness is not destroying America. What wokeness is doing is making people more aware of the consequences of their speech and their actions towards marginalized communities. And the only people who tend to think that wokeness is destroying America are people who do not want to be made to think about the harm their actions may or may not have caused people of color, LGBTQ people, disabled people, women. Basically, anybody who is not a straight, cis, able-bodied white man. Being woke is not going to destroy us. Frankly, it's going to make things better.
Obama, Colin Kaepernick, and the George Floyd protests were 3 events that really ramped up white supremacists. White supremacists were very angry that a black man was leading the country, that the black man was seen as the most powerful person on earth, that no matter what he did, they found something wrong with him because he was black. He literally could be doing the same things or less offensive things than every other president that we've ever had. But they scrutinized him the most and disrespected his family the most because he was black. So they saw that as woke, because woke is trying to turn things black, trying to have that type of agenda and white people off the planet and replace them. Same thing with Colin Kaepernick. Oh, that's anti-American. So to protest police brutality, that's going back to black people being aware of a systemic problem against black people and black people being punished for being aware of and speaking out against white supremacy. So again, those are other examples of white people seeing what? They see black people protesting against white supremacy as anti-American, because America was built on white supremacy.
We know the word woke just means stay alert for bullshit. And the bullshit that tingles most black people's spidey sense is racism. But one of the pillars that supports white supremacy is the control of language. And words and phrases black people use for liberation must be demonized and vilified. And wokeness is just the latest casualty. This vilification applies across the board to all words and beliefs that resist the dominance of straight white males. So, labeling something as woke is the Swiss Army knife of oppressive language that beams down whenever black and brown people, women, and LGBTQ people try to claim their humanity and freedom.
This whole reaction to white conservatives and woke, they apply woke to everything. Everything is woke. Woke, 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 woke. That's what they do. Everything is woke. It's their way of trying to desensitize and diminish the reality of what woke means.
Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral.
I'm convinced that a lot of these white folks who get stuck when it comes to defining woke, they know what woke means. It's just that the actual meaning of woke is not going to jive with their agenda. Because what is the original definition of woke? It's black liberation. It's exposing of systemic racial inequality. Yeah, they don't want everybody knowing about that. They weaponize it because it has black roots and black associations.
I don't think it's ever on the serious side a bad thing to be woke or aware. Like, them just taking our terminology, taking what we've done and what we've built once again and bastardizing and turning into something that it never was. But on our end, it just helps us really evaluate what we're dealing with. The real true wokeness, us really being aware, helps us because we get to see what things are going on around us, and we can, at the very least, not fall for the okie doke.
On Maga, how do you respond to critics who say that your stance on regulating the railroad industry is due to financial contributions the railroad lobby has paid to your team, the Conservative League of Superheroes?
That's just woke propaganda. Woke liberals and their snowflake approach to capitalism will be the downfall of our united nation. Those woke libtards don't trust the free market and railroad executives to ensure that our railways are safe and profitable. If only these woke What was that?
The Newswire says an unregulated train has just derailed and exploded near Beauchamp Avenue.
Beauchamp Avenue? That's my street. I gotta go see about my dog.
And friends, don't get me started on all this damned wokeness that is tearing this country apart. This woke CRT they are trying to push down our kids' throats. Critical race theory is just woke indoctrination to make white kids feel guilty about something that happened hundreds of years ago. They should just get over it. And all of these woke drag queens infiltrating our schools and libraries with their satanic attempts to groom our kids to allow this woke gay agenda is outrageous. It's... Oh, hi honey. Where you on your way to? I'm going to the after-school program to talk to my teacher about my math grade. Oh, okay, sweetie, but I hear it's gonna rain later, so take an umbrella. Okay. Bye. Now, where was I, TikTok fan? Oh, those woke and satanic drag queens.
Which do you think are more dangerous, drag shows or guns to children?
Drag shows.
Conservatives love to apply straw man tactics on wokeness by suggesting that the most extreme and pretentious people who claim wokeness are representative of the entire collective of people who fight for diversity, equity, and inclusion. This way they can paint all of wokeness as a ridiculous joke hell-bent on destroying society, and they get to distort the true meaning of the term.
In the old days, if somebody wanted your job, they just worked harder than you. Now, if somebody wants your job, they just wait for you to say some dumb shit. Yeah. Try to get you with one of them woke traps.
Wokenism, to me, it means people who seek offense where it doesn't exist.
Stay woke. Yeah. It's just urging folks to pay attention, to be alert. Wow.
I want my coaches to stay woke, but I want the other coaches that's supporting us to stay woke.
Woke fascism that will destroy our nation.
We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die.
I think they mean black. Yeah.
We've been hearing words like woke and like critical race theory for years now. I could not tell you what they mean. I literally could not tell you. Like when woke, you mean, practicing basic empathy, like valuing people who are part of your community. Critical race theory, you mean American history. Like it's so confusing. So it's incredibly frustrating to constantly hear all these buzzwords and meaningless things being thrown at us.
Furthermore, the constant escalation recently with anti-wokeness has started to make even the most benign things, like a character being made black, seen as like the worst possible thing that can happen in America, when no, it's literally a fictional character. Why get bothered by making a character black if the race of the character never necessarily mattered in the first place?
And now it's time for the cleanup. Many white conservatives are fearful that their dwindling demographics will result in a loss of their almost total monopoly of power in the USA. And anti-wokeness is a desperate grenade toss into public discourse and legislation designed to blow up and reverse any gains made by marginalized groups.
White America always pushes back when Black people increase their woke quotient, so to say. After Reconstruction, when Black people started getting more political power, and then they instituted Jim Crow, and then we have the Civil Rights Movement, and people started getting lynched and killed, and there was increased police brutality. Anytime that Black people are killed by the cops and Black people get angry and they respond, or when Black people start voting and changing policies because of the way that they vote. So wokeism is bad for white folks that want to maintain white supremacy.
Well, that's our show, folks. Thanks for watching until the end. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have a dirty question, drop it in the comments section below. Hit that bell notification and tell your friends about our show. Thanks for watching.